You're watching Pulse for the 12th of May, and right now it's time for some Diablo news. This week's episode probably doesn't even really matter very much, with only a couple of days to go until launch, and everyone no doubt cares little for anything but 11:59 on Monday, May the 14th. Anyway, that said, in this week's episode we take a look at Blizzard's launch day preparation guide for Diablo 3, the super exciting final unlocks revealed on the Darkness Falls Heroes Rise website, Blizzard's What is Diablo 3 video, character profiles which are in fact coming soon to the official sites, the One of the Chosen feat of strength that's causing quite a stir, or rather uproar, in the community. We have a quick talk about spoilers, and no, I'm not actually going to spoil anything, don't worry. Look at some amazingly cool Diablo cosplay and more. Let's get straight to the news. First up, as we near Diablo 3's long-awaited May 15 launch date, Blizzard have some additional details to share on what to expect, how to prepare, and when we'll be able to begin installing and playing. Their guide covers everything, literally everything. Purchasing the game, creating your battle tag, regional launch times, early install, digital pre-sale downloads, global play launch time, and the dreaded and obviously anticipated launch night login. The most important parts of all of that would be that your game should be going live close to midnight in your own time zone. You can find a full list of the exact times below, and that your installer will unlock quite a few hours before midnight, so you should have all the time you need to patch it up and get ready. The exact time for unlock is 8:01 AM PDT on May the 14th. Lastly, Blizzard say that if your connection to Battle.net on launch night doesn't succeed in 40 seconds, you'll be presented with an error 37 message and asked to try again. So at that time, you should probably just try again and hope for the best. I do hope that we won't have any problems on launch night, and that we can all just log in and play come midnight, or whenever we get home with our copies. I'll probably only be playing properly the next morning myself. But if you do start at 12, then you'd best stay hydrated, have a snack or full meal every now and then, and don't forget to get some sleep during the next week or two. And just have a glorious time. That's obviously the most important part. Read more about all of this below, find pre-download links for the client, and much more. There are a couple of launch day extras to have a look at, including a long list of known issues, and a little workaround for those that had the beta installed and are struggling to install the full version of the game. You can find those all below as well. Now, moving along, the Darkness Falls Heroes Rise site has reached 100%. At 90%, which was the only other unlock this week, we were treated with 5 new wallpapers based on the designs of renowned artist and author Brom. Yep, some pretty epic class wallpapers that you can see on your screens right now. Journey to the launch site landing page and click on the 90% icon to view and download each in a variety of resolutions. Oh, and you'd better all be using something Diablo themed this week, or at least until after the game's launched. That's an order. Then at 100%, as we knew was coming, Diablo 3 Wrath. Long before the creation of Sanctuary, the eternal conflict between angels and demons raged on for untold millennia. Blizzard Entertainment teamed up with renowned director Peter Chung and acclaimed animation studio Titmouse to create this unique vision of a fundamental moment in the battle between the high heavens and the burning hells. It is indeed super exciting and well worth having a look at. Actually, download it in full size and keep this one forever, as you'll no doubt want to watch it many more times. Angels, demons, and glorious battle. Check it out right here on YouTube and enjoy. I'm not going to spoil any of it for you in this video. Also, as one last point that's definitely worth knowing, you can now create all 5 of the class banners on the launch site. Yes, so even if you missed one a while back, no problem, go make it again now and get yourself that sigil. They should all be available for the next week or so. In our next quick mention, here we have Blizzard's latest video masterpiece, What is Diablo 3? Now, we obviously all know what it is, but this video still managed to enthrall and entertain, if only because of the amazingly cool new gameplay footage in it, or perhaps because of the deep and somehow soothing voice of the narrator. I don't know, but this one is well worth having a look at. My favorite part of the video has got to be the short clip of Caldium shown in it. At least I think that's Caldium, and I know that if it is, that's my absolute favorite area in the game by far. Well, I suppose it was before I saw the clip. But anyway, check it out right here on YouTube for all these new niceties and enjoy. Oh, and perhaps share it to the friend that doesn't know what Diablo is. This is sure to get them hooked. Now our next piece of news. Shortly after the launch of Diablo 3, Blizzard will be adding a new feature to their official sites, Diablo 3 character profiles. These profiles will let you review all your character information at a glance, share it with others, and check out the accomplishments of other heroes out there. Pretty cool, and something that's definitely been used and used a lot for games like World of Warcraft, so it's great to see it added to our beloved Diablo 3 as well. The first release of the profiles will include a career tab and a heroes tab, with many more cool features and elements coming later. So if you're interested in showing your characters off post-launch, then you better give this one a peek and read more below. Next up, in celebration of a successful beta test, all players who were invited to participate in the Diablo 3 closed beta will receive the commemorative feat of strength, One of the Chosen, as well as unlock a unique sigil that can be used on character banners. Yep, I said it. And in order to be eligible for One of the Chosen, you must have had a Diablo 3 closed beta license attached to your Battle.net account. Players who participate in the open beta weekend but were not invited to the closed beta will not receive this feat of strength. So that happened. And, well, yes. Some Blizzard fans are very angry because they passed up on playing in the beta and passed on using beta keys on their accounts as to not spoil any of the experience for themselves, or for whatever other reason. And now they're being told that if they had received that invite or taken that key, they would have had an exclusive feat of strength and sigil. Rage aplenty. We don't know what the sigil will look like yet, but hey, if you're interested in reading more about this, including a couple of back and forth conversations with blue posters, then you can do so below. Also, be sure to let me know if any of you actually passed up on playing in the beta because you didn't expect anything to come from it. For the full game at least. Because that's gotta suck. Granted, a sigil isn't really that big a deal. But anyway, now let's talk about some spoilers. Briefly, if you really want to check out a couple, you can find them linked below. I personally avoided them, but I can tell you that by the time this video actually goes live, there'll probably be even more to have a look at. You can also find an unboxing video of the Diablo 3 Collector's Edition from the Yogscast. Yes, who better to show it off than those two guys. This one isn't really spoilerish at all, nothing sensitive is shown, and you can obviously find it right here on YouTube. There are also a bunch of blue posts just warning us about the spoilers and how they could potentially ruin our Diablo 3 experience. Lastly, seeing that Monday is D-Day and all, and that the client is being unlocked early and everyone is getting access to all those files, you'll probably want to avoid the internet, or at least the Diablo 3 sites that don't know about spoiler tags, for the day. As our last big piece of news for the week, if you enjoyed Christina Sim's stunning representation of the female monk, which I definitely did, then you'll be sure to love the diabolical design efforts of the Spiral Cats. Jay Wilson and Blizzard's Korean community team were joined by 3 members of this epic cosplay troupe last month in South Korea. Tasha, the Demon Hunter, Myung-seon, the Witch Doctor, and Miyuko, the Monk. Wow, that's all I'm saying, they really outdid themselves. You can read more about this below, see these images in full size, and also follow these lovely ladies on Facebook, if you're interested. Now, right before jumping into the smalls, here's some epic Diablo claymation. Yes, it is quite cool and you can see the full thing right here on YouTube. Okay, smalls time. First up, over at the official site, read about Diablo 3 The Order's audio and hardcover pre-sales. Blizzard asks us which class we're going to be playing in Diablo 3 and lets us know which ones they chose. Quite interesting seeing who's chosen what over at Blizzard. Then discover the Book of Cain, available now, fully localized for Europe. Read about the GDC 2012's Art of Diablo 3. Check out some Diablo updates. Read about the Activision Blizzard first quarter conference call. Diablo 3 is Amazon's most pre-ordered PC game ever. The Diablo 3 open beta had over 2 million participants. Read some Inferno tips from Jay Wilson, even more Jay Wilson interviews, a Diablo 3 database interview with Christina Sims, interviews with the Diablo 3 music and sound teams. It seems like the Simpsons are ready for Diablo 3. You're gonna have to head on over to the post link below to find out more about that. Have a look at or listen to DiabloCast episode 57, On the Eve of Destruction. And then check another video out from Force titled Diablo 3 The Basics. This should get anyone out there ready for Diablo 3's launch. And then lastly, Diablo in 5 minutes, a series recap from the guys over at IGN. Sadly, that is pretty much all I have for you in the Diablo news. There are a bunch of blue posts, some articles, and a couple of other goodies linked below that you can also check out. Keep checking back here soon for more, like the video and do all that other good stuff, and most importantly, happy trying to survive the weekend waiting for Diablo 3.